Hi, my name is Jeff Mann. I'm now 77 years old and I've been studying the golf swing for about 20 years now with the main intention I've been trying to work out how professional golfers perform the golf swing from a biomechanical and a mechanical perspective with such a great degree of efficiency. I started to play golf when I retired, and then I became passionately interested actually, in trying to work out the biomechanics used by professional golfers. Now, I started a website just about 20 years ago. Then about 15 years ago, I also started to run the Newton Golf Institute Golf Forum, where I produced posts analyzing many aspects of the golf swing. And if you would go to my golf website and look at the extent of my material and also include what I've written in about 6,000 posts in the Newton Golf Institute Golf Forum, if you had to print out it all, it would be equivalent to about 4,000 letter-sized pages. So if you imagine the average golf instructional book is 200 pages, I've actually produced the equivalent of about 20 golf instructional books over the last 20 years. However, no one reads my material. I'm essentially an unknown amateur golf theorist who pursues this as a hobby. I just do it because I thoroughly enjoy the intellectual enterprise of trying to understand how professional golfers perform a golf swing. Now, I've stopped revising my golf website because I decided it's so labor intensive. I've spent over 10,000 hours writing for my golf website, and because I get so few visitors, I've stopped revising it. The last time I performed a revision of my downswing chapter was about 5 years ago. Now, I did produce a few videos for my YouTube channel years ago, but they were really amateurish and no one watched these videos, so I gave up on the idea of doing videos. Another reason why I gave up on the idea of doing videos is because I didn't have the skills necessary to do videos. However, recently I've learned how to use what's called Riverside Studio, which is a sophisticated software program that allows me to produce videos where I can present demonstrations like, with using my webcam as I'm doing now, but at the same time I could also present still images, capture images of professional golfers to analyze what they're doing. So that inspired me to think about doing a video project where I sum up all the golf insights I've learned over the past 20 years to share with a small number of people who find my thinking about the golf swing insightful. Now, when I produce these videos, I've produced 2 so far, and they last about 40 minutes. And when I produce the video, as I said, part of the video I'm talking about images of professional golfers and explaining what they're doing, and then part of the video presentation I actually stand up and demonstrate the golf swing. Now, I plan to produce many of these videos in the next 1 to 2 years, and I will tackle many different subjects which I hope is of interest to a subset of analytical golfers who like to think deeply about golf swing biomechanics. Now, when I produce these videos, I have a very limited skill in producing these videos. I've learned to use Riverside Studio, but only to a limited degree. And when I produce these videos, like I'm producing this introductory video now, I essentially just start speaking, and I continue to speak for 40 minutes and hope that that single presentation reflects my thinking. The problem is I'm now 77 years old, and my senile brain doesn't function as well as I would like. And when I do these presentations, I've noticed I often get words mixed up. So I would be describing something, and I would say left when I meant right, and sometimes I would say describe an action as pronation when I really meant supination. And if you listen to my video, you would think, well, he doesn't even know the difference between left and right and pronation and supination. But these errors are not intentional. They just happen because as I'm talking, I'm thinking of what I'm going to talk about, and I make these errors. So if you watch any of the videos that I produce, you'll notice in the info section at the bottom of each video, there's a section called error correction. And there I've tried to correct the major errors I've made. In other words, after I've produced the video, which lasts, say, 40 minutes, I would listen to it and watch it, and I would identify a number of significant errors that I've made, and I would need to correct it by just listing these error corrections. Theoretically, I should start from scratch and produce the video again, but this problem of my senile brain making mistakes will never be cured, and therefore I will always need to make error corrections. So I hope you watch my videos, and I hope you find them insightful. Now, it's important to me for you, the viewer, to realize that I'm opinionated. I have strong opinions on how professional golfers perform the golf swing. And my video content will reflect my personal thinking about golf swing biomechanics. Now, if you as a viewer who's watching this video, or any of my videos, think that my opinions are wrong-headed, I would very much encourage you to criticize me by posting your criticism in the comment section of each video. And if your criticism is serious and well-intentioned, then I will happily respond to your criticism by answering it. If I cannot answer it in a rational manner and I think that I made a mistake, I will acknowledge the criticism as being valid and say, yes, the criticism makes sense. So I will take any criticism very seriously. Well, this is my introductory page, and I'm now going to end this recording, and I hope that you will start to watch some of my episodes in the future.